this is the gift zone, right? You see that fat red bar? So let's take a look at what take a look a nearby how I would play this. So first of all, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to go into this bar, right? I'm going to hope once I hit the bar up, because this bar is red, right? So that bar is big enough to tell me we're crashing through the 200. It's going to happen. Okay. So I'm in, boom. Then you know what I'm doing. I'm putting orders up the bar. Okay. Now we bounce, getting me more short, more short, more short, more short, more short. Now at this point here, I'm madly profitable. It doesn't look like much, but remember the move is from here. Okay. And this becomes the gift zone. So this bounces in there will tend to will have a hard time getting through. All right, even this one. That sets the stage. That sets the resistance zone. So ideally, you don't want to get stopped out anywhere inside of a fat bar. So you might have to play like one lot to be able to get your stop over that fat bar, right? Does that make sense, guys? Gary's asking, but if it reverses, so I think Gary, you're asking like if I get in here and I have orders up like that, and this thing hits all of my orders and I stop out and I get here, yeah, I will need counseling. You guys all have you all have a counselor, right? I yeah, I dial the hotline, counselor hotline. You know, this happens to me maybe 8 times a year, except last year. No, except in 2020. Like that was just crazy. 2020 was crazy. I think it happened like 20 something times to me in 2020, but just Ali, just why what? I'm playing the gift zone. Yeah, I'm playing the gift zone. Uh, why happened to you and not us? What specifically are you referring to, Ali? I don't understand. Oh, why is it very rare, but more, uh, you're unlucky, Ali. Unlucky. No, I'm teasing. No, no, guys, I don't want to wax too philosophical with you, but you know, this is weird. I know it's going to sound weird, but you create your own experiences. Like you just you can't get what you're not yet. So you're going to get experiences that match where you are right now. And so I know it's weird. It's like the market is going to meet you where you are. So if you're still young, inexperienced, underdeveloped, your experiences, the market's going to give you those experiences. You have to take those experiences and you have to use them to transform yourself. That's what journaling is about. That's what sitting down with your 20 trades is about. That's what's grouping 20 losses together and then starting from the biggest one. Why was this the biggest one? Did I make an error? Did I add too many times? Did I fail to take my stop? Right? Like you find the kernel that's locked inside of that trade. That's how you use your current experiences to change yourself over time. And then as you actually become different, then the different experiences start to follow you. So these things stop working. They stop failing on you as much. Boom, boom, that works. That works, right? And, you know, so I know it might sound a little weird, but you can't get experiences. You can't get my experiences. You can only get the experiences that match where you are. And so right now, you just might be at that place where everything you try doesn't work. And that's okay, but you got to use that to become different. You know, you got to use your current experiences to make yourself different. Right. And so it requires these things where you sit down and you say, okay, look, guys, you say, I've got topping tail bar plays. I've got 180s that I play. I've got elephant bars and I've got narrow range bars, little bar plays. He said, out of these, which one is producing the best? And if you don't know that, you're not doing proper work. Which one produces the biggest losses? If you don't know that, then you're not doing proper work here on yourself. Which strategy is working the most for you? Which one delivers the biggest losses? Which one has the smallest losses? What stock do I lose the most in? What stock do I tend to win the most in? Like, what was my average loss per trade this week, last week? Like if you don't know all of those things, how do you how do you make yourself better? Those things should be at your fingertips. If, for instance, if you do the best with topping tail bars, bottom and topping tail bars, shouldn't you accentuate this? And if you do the worst with elephant bars, shouldn't you diminish this? Right? For now, at least anyway. And if a stock is responsible for 85% of all your losses, shouldn't you eliminate that stock? Like those are the things. If your average loss last week, if you had a losing week and per your average loss that week per losing trade was $140. Shouldn't this week be focused on making that average loss smaller? Right? That's how you become someone different, right? That's how you improve yourself. But if you're just simply moving from one trade to the next, moving from this, you wake up this morning and it's just another trading day that you don't know what you're focused on except I hope my next trade's a winning trade. You're never, ever going to improve, ever. It doesn't just magically appear like that. You've got to work on something every week, something specific every week. This week it might be, all right, average losing trade 140. I'm going to get my average losing trade 100. And that's your only focus this week, Monday through Friday. My focus is not to make money. Guys, if your focus is just to make money, you're going to fail at this. That's not enough. You got to focus on something more specific than that. This week I'm focusing on turning my average loss from 140 to 100. This week I'm going to focus predominantly on tail bars or whatever. This week I'm going to focus on only adding one time in a trade, and that's it. All right. It's got to be specific. And every week you should become different after every week, because you have worked on something the whole week, and now what you've worked on you're better at, or you've eliminated. Maybe you're eliminating something. And if you do this enough weeks, guys, it's impossible not to get better. That's the beautiful thing. You can't not get better if you do these things week after week after week. And after you've strung a few weeks of correcting something or improving something specific, at the end of 4 or 5 weeks, how can you be the same? How? How can you be the same if you chopped your losses down? If you've accentuated what is working for you, removed what's not, how is that possible? You can't not get better. But in reality, you're getting distracted each week. You're all over the place. You're flipping through charts. You're searching. You're looking over here. You're focused on this. Now the next trade, you're focused on something different. It doesn't happen like that. You have to do this in a structured way, you know? That's right, Vincent.